special type of feature.
Hi everybody,
But it's got a lot of
I am
moisture
Goddess
associated
Taya
with it.
4444.
And
My
even though
name
it's
is
moving
Tanya.
relatively quickly, it dropped a tremendous amount of rain. So they got a bunch of
Okay,
rain
if you're
from,
new here, welcome.
this
If you're
initial
returning,
demand,
welcome back.
kind of the frontal part of it. And then look at what happened out
If
here.
you would
So
like
the
to join
Valencia
my
region of Spain, they were
community,
dealing with flooding last year too.
click the
And
subscribe
look what
button
happened during,
below,
the second half of this loop.
and
So
you're in.
rain's over, right? It moved
I
all the way
don't
through.
do
Well,
personals,
look at
and
this.
I
Look at
don't
this big flare-up of thunderstorms
accept
that don't really
donations.
move very
What I
quickly.
do,
There's
I'm
back building.
getting my
This
messages
was on
from
Monday,
God. I work for
and
Him.
we had some catastrophic flooding. Take a look at some of this video. This is
If
out of,
something in
Aragon,
my
Spain.
reading resonates,
So,
take
yes,
what resonates and
again,
leave the
I
rest
think we're
for
just
someone
done with
else,
these
because my
tropical
reading
systems,
is
but
not
they
just
very
for one
often
person.
end up becoming a very big
If
problem,
nothing resonates, you
for
could go to
parts
my
of
other
Europe. Sometimes it's
videos
Ireland,
and
sometimes it's England. It just
you may
depends on the
find
exact
something
track of it.
there.
Gabrielle was a really interesting storm.
You can
though.
leave me a comment and let me know how you are coming along in your,
extremely quickly.
you could comment,
So
let me know
say 11 p.m. on
if
the
my
21st,
readings are
75
resonating
mile per hour
with
storm.
you.
By the time we got to 5 p.m. on the 22nd, I mean, that's just that's less than a day.
Okay,
mile
the
per
reading,
hour storm.
I'm doing the career readings. I'm trying to finish up the career readings.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a very active year to say the least.
Okay,
As far as major hurricanes,
I'm pulling from the character oracle
have been major hurricanes.
and the
that's
place
not,
oracle
something that happens
deck.
terribly often. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. I'm going to go back to Melda here for a second. Here's an up-close zoom on the cone. And it's forecast to become a hurricane here pretty soon.
And the first person the first sign I'm doing for is the water signs is Scorpio.
I thought that the forecast with this was actually a very fascinating
Holy
one, because
Spirit,
for
what
a good
message
chunk of time, including at points
do
over the
you
last
have
5
for
or 6
my
days, there was a lot
Scorpios?
of uncertainty, and there were a lot of forecast models that were really hinting at some kind of possible landfall along the southeast coast.
Okay, the
large,
character
right? So the end of the cone
oracle
had this huge
deck
bubble here, meaning that there was a lot of uncertainty. Could
for
the center of the storm go this
Scorpio
way? Could it go that way?
is
Could it go that way? But there was one
you're the
particular
employee.
model, AI model. It's called the Google DeepMind AI model.
You are a
that
security
was
guard.
just about always locked in on this right turn. And then the rest of the models came in line with it. Early yesterday, or was that, what's today, Monday? Maybe late
So you
Saturday,
patrol the
Sunday.
place.
So, big win for the Google AI model there. That is going to be a really interesting thing to watch over the next couple of years. I mean, just seeing how much the regular forecast models have improved.
Okay.
Over the
Yeah,
last 10
there are
years.
obstacles that
This
you're
AI, it just seems like an
overcoming on the job or want to
from
overcome.
a friend of the show here, Andy
You
Hazel.
got
definitely one of the stranger Atlantic
bridge.
images of the last several years. Seems like something that
Okay, let me see.
4-hour GFS would spit out, but happening for real.
What's going
Now,
on with my Scorpios?
There's a forecast model. It's called
On
the GFS.
their
And a lot
job
of times on Weather Twitter,
as a
you get a bunch of
security
goofballs
guard?
that like to post
They
some kind of
are.
screenshot from the 384-hour forecast, which is the farthest out that it goes, which means
They
that
are bothered
the level of
with
accuracy is
something.
extremely
What
low.
is it that they're
And
bothered
sometimes it'll be showing
with?
some kind of big hurricane hitting the U.S. and it makes the rounds. So that was kind of the joke there.
What are they
So,
bothered with?
The
They
reason
coming
that
across
Imelda
some
starting
kind
off
of
toward the
bridge.
east is also because it moved
Ooh.
slowly. If it moved faster, it was going to have a better chance at moving farther toward the west and hitting the coast. But everything worked out for us, and it's about as
Okay,
good
you
a
have
situation
amusement
as we could have had.
here.
Okay, guys.
This is
Coming up after the
gambling.
break, we're trying to find different ways to cover Imelda
Maybe
here.
you're gambling on the
Take a look
job.
back at, some of the
I guess.
storms. Did you know that the letter I has the most retired?
Oh
names
no,
in
let me
history?
see.
Yeah, it's a very popular name for some
You're
really
being
devastating storms.
bothered.
Recap some of them coming up.
By maybe being bothered by some
This ad
employees
didn't target you.
gambling on the
It was
job.
matched to you. That's because it's powered by
I
Mountain
don't
Match,
know.
the world's first AI-powered keyword-based audience builder for connected TV. That's right. We used keywords to find you, just
You
like we
have
would on paid search.
natural
And now
talent.
you can too, thanks to the power of
Gambling.
Mountain Matched. No other
Gambling.
platform can do this.
Maybe you work
Only
in a
Mountain can do this.
casino
Visit mountain.com to learn more.
to protect
Everyone said go to a traditional university to get my master's, but I chose WGU.
Or
WGU puts me first. I can learn and take tests on my schedule and move through my healthcare program as quickly as I prove what I know. And as
you have authority.
they meet the same standards as other schools. Only WGU's programs are designed to give
Maybe somebody's being bothered on the job.
Learn more at wgu.edu.
Witness news as it happens, 24/7, live, raw, and uninterrupted.
Just incredible.
What's going on with the security guard?
Watch live now from Fox for immediate
Oh,
coverage of
there
today's
is
top
an
stories,
employee.
breaking news, and defining
Okay, you have
moments.
standalone.
Around the clock, live coverage as it happens.
Appreciate everyone continuing to join us all in
Okay,
real
there's
time.
an employee.
Stay connected. Stay tuned to Live Now from Fox.
Vegas. Its history is littered with tales to begin with. I don't know what I was
They
thinking.
doing something that's not good.
How much do you want for it? $600K.
Maybe the security guards see it
Give me 5.
and they're trying to
And how to
ignore it.
Super cool. Lucky for you, what happens here doesn't stay in Vegas. I might just be nuts for buying these things. Pawn Stars by the History Channel, only on Samsung TV Plus.
Okay, stand alone. And lucky you. And lucky you. So this person is pretty lucky about something. Let me see. Collaborating. Damn, you're being watched. You're being watched.
I'm Brian Norcross with a Hurricane
You're collaborating.
Storm surge could get.
Who in the hell are you collaborating with?
Every location along the East Coast and the Gulf Coast is subject
You are being watched
makes landfall. But how high could
on
the
this
water get
job.
in a place like
But
Miami
this
Beach here?
security guard is trying to keep their composure.
The powerful winds in a hurricane push the ocean water ahead of the storm. When the hurricane hits the coast, that moving mass of elevated water is pushed over the shoreline.
Assets.
That's what we call storm surge. It's measured by how deep the water gets.
Maybe
above the
he's
highest
trying to keep
normal
his
high
job.
tide. The height of the storm surge can vary tremendously with the
Choices.
size of the storm, the angle of approach, and more. But if the various factors come together in something like a worst possible way, how high could the water
Traveler.
get at any one location? The National Hurricane Center has a tool that will give us the answer.
Adjustments.
For essentially a worst-case scenario, we choose Category 5 at the top.
Communication.
Then if you zoom into the Miami area, you can read off the highest likely storm surge here.
So.
Here on the beachfront in Miami Beach, you see the orange strip.
Damn.
That means a maximum water rise
Reward.
of 9 feet above normal high tide. But in and around downtown Miami, we see a lot of red areas. That
So
means
this
surge is
security
over
guard,
9
when I'm
feet
feeling this being
Since we never
blackmailed,
know exactly how and where a hurricane is going to come ashore, evacuations and warnings are always
Or
in a larger area.
being
Ends up getting
offered
hit. The people
something.
that get hit are always well warned. Fox Weather has you covered this hurricane season. Find out how to stream us free at foxweather.tv.
Being offered something, offered some money.
So we've talked a lot about Tropical Storm Imelda because it's sitting just off the southeast coast and we're having some impacts, even though the storm is moving away from the east coast of the U.S. But I wanted to take a look back at least the last 25 years or so at some of the
This
more notable storms that begin with the letter I. And there's something about
security
this letter
guard.
I. It has more
Okay.
retired storms
It's for
than any
other
other letter in the
people.
alphabet. And number 2, by the way, is F for whatever reason. But I mean, it would make sense with I.
These
because
four
generally
people are
you hit the I
bothered.
storm kind of closer to the peak of hurricane season, and yeah, again,
They're
I just think that definitely
bothered.
does make sense. But let's start with another Imelda. So I know we've been talking about our current Imelda. Remember, that's off the southeast coast.
About
there was
some
another
money?
very significant Imelda back in 2019. This one never became a hurricane. It was just a tropical storm.
Wait a minute, I need to get some tarot on
Every
this.
storm is different, and every storm can have different impacts. This was a devastating storm. We had some really devastating flooding around the Houston, Galveston area, especially on the east side of town. Tremendous amount of rain that fell, and it took a while to recover from that. I mean, that was, just a great example of how a tropical storm can be absolutely devastating. It doesn't always have to be a major hurricane. That's really the problem with the Saffir-Simpson scale. It literally only
this
talks
came
about
out like
so
in reverse.
Factor in
This
storm surge, which you can have with
flew
lower
over
storms, that can be
here
really bad. Rain,
on
obviously. I mean, we
adjustment
saw the rain with Helene. Once the wind
in the
strength had gone
reverse
down quite a bit. But this
position.
was the
I was
track of
going to ask about
2019
security guard.
Imelda, which happened a little bit earlier on in the year, back in 2019. It was in the middle of September. Didn't move very fast.
Somebody's coming out of can
you go that satellite up one more time? I wanted to show people
confinement, I guess.
So if you look at the
They
satellite
was
image that we were just
confined
looking
or
at,
they was
if you look
trapped.
over the deep south, the southeastern part of the
They
US,
was
you'll see
bothered.
a spit. That was a big area of high pressure that was just sitting there, and it was blocking.
Maybe they
2019
knew
Imelda,
about a
moving forward at all. So it ended up just stalling
collaboration
out and,
between
dropping a humongous amount of rain. Not
four
terribly different than
people,
what we saw in Harvey, back in
something
2017.
that maybe four
this was
employees
how much rain
was
fell.
doing.
Just tremendous amounts
The
of
security
rain.
guard.
Yeah, we'll go
Holy
back to the
Spirit,
graphic
tell
here.
me
Look at
about the
6 by
security guard.
over 30 inches of rain. Again, I mentioned it was on
No,
just
forgive
east of
me.
Houston, where some of the
Tell
worst
me
flooding was.
something
All right, let's talk
about
Hurricane Irma.
this
Maybe
employee.
satellite imagery, image for me, don't you, Chris? Thank you. Yes, this was
Or
another
about
devastating storm back in
employees.
2017.
Or a group
about Irma.
of
Now, obviously, we remember
employees.
the damage that it did in parts of Florida came in not far from Fort Myers.
He may have something
Jacksonville,
to do with
also had
these
some really heavy rain
employees.
from it. It was a storm that really affected
Tell me
all of
something
Florida. It wasn't
about
just,
these
one
employees.
tiny part of the state. Everybody got something out of it, and you see some of that flooding there. There's Marco Island. You can see some wind damage. There was significant storm surge and everything like that. But another unique thing about Irma was
These
that it was in a
employees,
somewhat
you
similar
got 4
situation as
cups.
what we're dealing with right now. Remember how we've been talking about Imelda?
These
and Umberto?
employees
They're so close
are
together.
some stubborn ass
Well,
motherfuckers.
Let me just show you what we've got going on right now. So
What
you
are
can
they
compare.
doing?
All right, so this is what we have going on right now. This is Imelda and Umberto.
What is these employees doing?
Doing too many storms today, but those are 600 miles apart. This was Irma and Jose. Again, a little bit farther toward the south.
What is
but
these
let me be
employees doing?
Well, I already did the math on this. It was about 1,100 miles away from each other. And remember, with the Fujiwara effect, in order for these to be
What is
spinning
these
around each other and have
employees
really any kind of
doing?
impact on each other's path, they
Dang,
got to be within
it's
900 miles of each other.
4:51
So just outside that
already?
threshold.
Damn,
So a little bit of a
time
different
is just
situation there, but just to
flying.
remind you of the track of Irma.
When it comes
all of
to the
Florida.
end of the year,
Sometimes you get storms that just come in and
time
affect the
flies.
south part of the state. Sometimes you get
Okay.
ones that'll come into the Big Bend and you don't get much
two
down
of
in Miami.
Pentacles.
Everybody in
So-
Florida got something from Irma, so it was a devastating storm. Let's go to
What goes around
Hurricane
comes
Ian.
around.
This
Whatever
one, of
these
course, in
employees
2022.
are doing is
There's
going to
video
come
of Fort
back
Myers,
to them.
some
What
really
are they
devastating storm
doing?
surge From that one.
What
Lots of
is
wind
these
damage.
employees
Hurricane
doing?
Ian had everything that a hurricane produces.
Holy
Extremely
Spirit,
heavy rain.
what is these
We had the big
employees
storm
doing?
surge. We had the wind damage. That's a great example of storm surge right there in Fort Myers. That's when parts of the coast become part of the ocean. So yes, Ian was actually retired. This was one of the names that was retired.
Okay.
It lasted quite a while. It was from the 23rd of September through the 2nd of October. It was a category
Okay,
5
you have 8
at
of cups.
landfall, 10 to 15 foot storm surge, tremendous amount of damage, over $110 billion in damage, and it killed over 150.
Are they
people.
doing moon work?
Devastating to say the least. Let's go way
Give me
back.
some more on these
2008,
employees.
Hurricane Ike. Do you remember this one? I do. I was at my first job working in Lima, Ohio, and we actually ended up getting like 80-mile-per-hour winds from the remnants of this storm.
Give me
But
something
before
else
it came
on
up
these
into the Ohio
employees.
Valley, and
The
it was a
employee.
memorable event up there. It was quite devastating down toward the south there, Houston, Galveston area. This storm, I think, will be remembered for the storm surge. Just ridiculous storm surge in some of these spots.
This
right
security guard
areas, a lot of places saw 7, 8, 9
may
storm
be
surge. And
taking,
that is a great example.
it might be the other way around now.
Surge. Again, parts of the coast,
may
part of
be
the ocean, that wind is
taking
blowing onshore. And when you look at the tracks of these storms,
an
remember, they're spinning
employee
counterclockwise. So it's going to be on the northeast side in this case, where the worst of the storm surge was.
to
But
court,
when you've got a bay like this,
or
just gets pushed all
somebody
up into
is
the bay,
taking
and you
somebody's
get storm surge
to
all
court.
over the place. It was really kind of a nightmare scenario. I guess it could have been a little
And
bit
it's
worse
a-
if it came in just slightly farther
And they
towards the
are
southeast,
bothered. Probably
but not a
the
good
security
situation. And of
guard.
course, it went on farther toward
Because,
the north,
look,
and it created this humongous synoptic wind event. Synoptic meaning non-tropical.
it's 4
large
people
scale,
that is being
that many
bothered.
people, remember, up farther toward the north, a good chunk of the country. How about one more? You guys
It might be more than the employees. It might be more employees because this is a security guard. This security guard, either he knows something or he's the one that's taking them to court.
This is one of the craziest hurricane tracks that I've ever seen. So let me show this to you. Let me back this up. This was another MDR storm, meaning it formed in the main development region.
What are they going to court for?
West coast of Africa. Came down through the southeastern Caribbean. Here's Jamaica. Big problem for Jamaica, obviously, because this was
What is
Category
these
4
employees
as it was passing
going to
the
court
country.
for?
And then it came up into the Gulf.
No.
Made a
Tell me
landfall,
about the security guard
not
first.
far from Mobile, Alabama, and then moved
Oh,
inland.
the divine.
Moved inland. Look at this track here.
Divine
This
got
comes
this
right over the
security guard.
Appalachians, still a tropical depression as it moves all the way across the Appalachians here.
Maybe
And then exits stage right.
the security
off of
guard
the East Coast,
is not being
down towards
paid,
Delmarva. And then the remnant low just kind of lingered off the coast.
or
Lingered down toward the south a little bit, ends up crossing the south tip of Florida, ends up back
Okay.
in the Gulf, and then reforms once again.
it has something to do with
It's the
money.
same name when that happens. So we had
You have been keeping quiet about this. You haven't said
tropical,
too much
tropical cyclone
about
status
it.
at that point.
I'm
But yeah,
feeling like
landfall here is a tropical
you
depression,
haven't been
just
getting
south of Lake
paid
Tahoe.
what you're
Yeah,
supposed
how
to be
about that?
getting paid.
All right, those are the ice
Maybe
storms
you're
that we decided to
taking
look back on.
them to
Always
court.
interesting to do that. I like the history. Let me show you what's going on right now with Hurricane Humberto. I know we've spent a lot of time on his sister Imelda over there toward the west.
Anything else I
This
need
is
to know
Humberto,
about the
and this
security
storm is going to
guard?
be a problem for Bermuda. The center of it's going to pass toward the west.
Anything else I
but
need to
it's
know
still gonna
about the
create some big
security
issues.
guard?
140 mile per hour wind still, and you can see it doesn't look anything as nice as it looked yesterday on satellite imagery. It's well put together, so it's encountering some shear. It's going to start to lose a little bit of strength as it moves up toward the north.
Yeah.
It's already been through its
Man.
monster storm phase when it was a Category 5 a couple
This
of days ago. And
this
again,
security
when storms
guard
like this and it's
is
still
an
Category 4,
employee.
we're flying planes into this thing.
I don't
So
think
it's
he
not
has
like these
been
are just
getting
estimates.
paid
There's legit
what
140
he is
mile per hour
supposed
wind
to get
within that
paid,
storm.
or he
Looks, not quite as
invested in
impressive
something
visible as it did
with
yesterday. The
this
eye is
job,
definitely
and
starting here.
he
Something
hasn't
you need to
gotten
see when
anything
the
yet.
storm is starting to lose strength. But man, look at this a couple days ago. Look at the
He was
monster
an
status of this storm. It's
employee.
really symmetrical.
I don't
And
think
then,
he's
as
been
is
getting
usually the case,
paid.
it
I don't
enters some
think
of
he's
the
been getting his
higher
money.
latitudes, the water cools off a little bit.
That's what
It loses a little bit
that's
of
what
fuel.
I
It's still a
think.
monster right now, but it will be
Let
a
me
little bit
see
less
if I
something
can get
as it's west of
anything
Bermuda
else
over the
from
next 12 to 24
here.
hours. It's also speeding up, so it'll be a fast-moving storm, but big time wind
From the character
I know we're
Oracle
pretty well
deck.
prepared for that. So
Okay,
we'll keep you updated.
anything else I need to
Coming up after the
know
break,
about this security guard that is
we'll
an
check in with Mike
employee?
Seidel. He's out in
He was
Valley Beach,
hired
South Carolina.
to
There's gonna be some
secure
impact there for sure. He's a
something,
genius with this stuff. We'll definitely
but
be specific about what's going on.
he's being bothered. You know, something ain't going right. I don't think
When you're
he's
looking to
been
put your
getting
credit to
paid.
use, your score is only part of the picture. You can count on Credit Karma to go beyond your number.
Oh,
Because you
shit.
analyze thousands of data points and go deeper into the factors credit card companies use, so you can know your approval odds.
This security guard
Giving you
This security guard.
right now. Download Intuit Credit Karma to get started.
Somebody on the job is doing some
Comcast Business
magic.
turn your small business into a reliably up and running,
Somebody, the security guard.
connected, secure modern business.
He may know it.
Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Vegas.
He's an employee.
Details to begin with. I don't know what
An employee may be doing magic
$600K.
on the motherfucking job.
Probably 1910ish.
Give me
He
5.
gotta keep his mouth shut, or he's just not saying nothing about it.
Lucky for you, what happens here doesn't stay in Vegas.
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody doing magic. Somebody doing magic.
It's news as it happens, 24/7, live, raw.
I don't know if it's on the security guard
That we've been seeing.
Watch live now from Fox.
or the
for
employee,
live coverage of the day's top stories.
or the
Breaking news.
security guard is the employee.
Around the clock, live coverage as it happens.
Appreciate everyone continuing to join us all in real time.
Stay engaged. Stay
Whoa!
connected. Stay tuned.
Oh,
Live now from Fox.
shit. Hold the fuck up! This is Scorpio's reading. There's a musician. Okay? That hired a security guard as an employee it'd be either or. Either the security guard is doing, yeah. The security guard is doing spells on this Scorpio musician. And I think his ass is getting ready to be fired.
Hey there, hello, and welcome into Fox Weather. First, we are coming to you on the Fox Business Network and the Fox Weather app. Thanks for spending time with us. I'm Craig Pereira. We appreciate you joining us as we continue to track the tropics.
Getting ready to cross that motherfucking bridge.
We've got one hurricane and one tropical storm. We begin with Tropical Storm Imelda, expected to strengthen into a hurricane.
The security guard has been treated real good.
Two storms give us some impacts across the lower 48.
Until he fucked
That's
up.
what we're going to be dealing with. Not a direct landfall, but we will be dealing with the impacts as far as the storms, some higher waves, also some rip currents, and that's something we got to watch closely here. So here's what we got. We've got Imelda and Umberto right next to each other, and we'll expect Imelda to strengthen into a hurricane today. Probably not a major hurricane like we saw with the other systems that have come through, but we'll watch closely as this is going to bring some impacts perhaps to Bermuda. Direct impacts,
The
that is.
security
And for us along
guard.
the United States, we're talking about some big waves. We're talking about some rip currents. Those will extend from Florida clear up into Maine. And it's something we need to watch. A lot of times, we're off on the coast and we're not thinking about the rip currents, and those are just going to be downright dangerous. We do have some outer rain bands moving all the way into portions of
Look,
North Carolina.
I don't know
By the way,
how
winds at 70 miles per hour
this
with the
is
latest advisory
coming
in at 5
in.
a.m. Just very, very
But there's
close
a
to becoming
mother
a hurricane.
involved.
It continues to move to the north and eventually gets picked up and moved off to the north and northeast.
The
We're watching
security
Bermuda.
guard
Bermuda
may
now has
be
a hurricane watch, and notice the
There's a
island as
driver
small as it is.
also
It's
involved
right smack
in
in the
this.
center of the cone for Imelda. So a hurricane watch is in place there. Fox weather meteorologist Haley Meyer, by the way,
This
is out in Bermuda.
musician
We'll
may
bring us
be
updates
taking
throughout the day
them
as
to
well.
court.
So, as we continue
The
to watch
security
what's been
guard,
going on with
mother,
the radar, some of the
driver,
outer rain bands continue to get pulled up in portions of Carolina,
or
North Carolina. We
the
do have some
security
rain moving
guard,
into
mother,
North
or
Carolina as
driver,
well. Now,
or
as the
his
system
driver
clears away,
is taking him
so
to
does
court.
the moisture. We are going to be dealing with some scattered showers for the morning hours, about an inch of rain potentially. Of course, the higher elevations will be getting in on some of that rain, so watch for the potential for some localized flooding. Here's a look at the radar as we go through look at the past 3 hours. It's starting to fill in on the western side of the storm. Yesterday it was just over land.
If this resonates, leave me a comment so I could and let me know what's what.
15 to 18 foot waves. Closer to the coast of the United States, especially Florida, you got some big breakers, 9 to 10 feet. That's going to be a concern. We'll also have a constant onshore push
This
with
is
the onshore
for
flow, which would also be a concern for water inundation. The latest track for Imelda takes it
This
right over
is a
Bermuda,
musician. It doesn't have to be a famous musician. It could be a local musician. I don't know.
Off to the open waters, lose some of its
Let me
energy,
see if I
and this
can
thing
get
will be a
anything
history for us.
else from the place oracle.
All right, and as we head to the East Coast, we watch more in the way of surf, big waves, also dealing with some scattered showers. Imelda brings the threat for those large waves and rip currents right through the end of the week. Now, this is going to be a major concern for us. When we talk about rip currents, I have to tell you, it's regional when it comes to rip current warnings that are issued. So we've got those in place today for a good chunk of the eastern seaboard. As we go through the 1st of October, those aren't issued quite as
Anything
regularly
else
for
I
places
need
like
to
New Jersey.
tell my
Start to lose those, but we do have those across the South today.
collective?
Taking a look at the two systems side by side, both having plenty of wave energy getting whipped back to the coast of the United States, and that wave energy takes some time.
If you're separated, you may be crossing paths.
As these two storms lift out of here, we're going to be dealing with these waves most
Maybe,
of this
I
week,
don't
perhaps
know.
all the way to Saturday morning. We also have some high
Countryside.
pressure building over the
Well,
portions of
I
the
don't
Great
think
Lakes,
it's
and you can just make it
anything
out to the north
else
of here.
here
So what we've got going on
with
is a
this
bit of a
deck
pressure
right
gradient. And that pressure
here.
gradient between the Atlantic
Let
storms
me
and that high
see if
pressure
I
will
can
give us
get
the constant onshore
anything
push.
else
That constant onshore push
from my
is going to be a
tarot
concern for
deck.
coastal flooding. Consistent onshore push, especially for the outer banks of North
Anything
Carolina,
else
we'll
from my
notice there we've
tarot?
got some flood issues,
Okay.
especially when it comes
Yeah.
to high tide.
A message is coming in. Maybe action is being taken to be taken to court. Maybe.
Most of Florida. That pressure gradient continues for today, and some of the winds could get gusting up to about 40 miles per hour. Generally speaking, 25 to 30 miles per hour, but some of the stronger winds could get up to 40 miles per hour at times. Of course, the stronger winds are closer to the center of the storm, as you can see some of these buoys, 34 mile per hour gusts there. But what you'll notice is the constant direction coming in from the north-northeast, and that's what we'll be watching for as far as the water being pushed well inland into the inlets, rivers, the streams, all of it. Now look at the wave heights right now. Just off the coast, we're talking about 9 to 10 foot waves, even 13 foot waves. The closer to the coast you go, we've got 3 to 6 foot
the
breakers.
pain.
These waves are coming in one after the other. So we'll also be dealing with more in the way of beach erosion. Remember we were talking about beach erosion when Aaron? Well, now
somebody's being held in judgment.
The rest of the day today, closer to the coast.
Now, I don't know.
6 to 9 foot waves. As the storms pull away,
or somebody's being spiritually awakened.
6 to 9 foot waves as we go through the day into Thursday and Thursday evening. And even into Friday, we still have some gusty or some big waves to contend with. Now, here's the coastal flood warnings we're talking about. They do extend over portions of the outer banks. A lot of these
4 ones and 7 ones, right?
Over, which we see this time of year. We'll continue with some of those gusts today. Notice 20 to 30, but again, at times you could get a gust up to 40 miles per hour.
Somebody will be celebrating
watch closely, especially with
now that they are spiritually awakened. They are going to protect themselves from now on.
By the way, when you take a look at the winds,
okay,
coming in
Scorpio, that's your reading for your career.
And as we mentioned, Bermuda,
so,
well, guess what? They're bracing.
You all have a
direct hit. They're certainly going to be
blessed day.
More in the way of some strong
night,
winds as
rest
well.
of the night, sleep peacefully, and all that.
Hurricane watches are in place for the island as Imelda makes an approach here.
And I will
to make their way to the north, and then
come back with another career reading for
steering mechanisms in place.
Another water sign later.
Very high pressure breaking down as well. So having said that, we're going to see.
And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.
They'll be picked up.